Again, Shatta Wale has proven that he is one of the best negotiators when it comes to music business. Most of the time, when people talk of negotiation, all they think about is contracts and money. And this is where a lot of young artists fail. Today, let me give you 4 reasons why I think and believe Shatta Wale is one of the greatest thinkers. We are using facts, no jadam. As an African, as a Ghanaian, one of the things that have made the continent poor was that our leaders in the past years have entered into bad deals with the Western world. Bad deals means that they went into these negotiations not thinking about the ordinary person. They only thought about a very few people. That is why you see very few people are successful in the communities in which we grew up, and then the majority remain poor. This is where Shatta will flip the page and show you something different. Probably this video you are watching part 1 or part 2. So if you want to enjoy everything, then subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kofi Zulu Podcast and Media Hub. And if you want full SM, then that one you subscribe to what? Pulse with Kofi Zulu. Now, without wasting much time, let's dive straight into it. The truth is, negotiation is deeper than just contract and money. Negotiation is about influence, leverage, emotional intelligence. In fact, this is where a lot of the artists failed. Emotional intelligence. I'm not calling names. Audience control and understanding value. In fact, these things that I've mentioned are the core principles of negotiations. Now, the first point is Shatta Wale negotiating with politics without losing his brand. One of the most difficult things for artists to deal with is politics, because that area is very slippery. There is no forgiveness. Like what Mr. Coca said some few months ago. If you are an artist and you are not careful in dealing with politicians, you will lose your fan base and you will be sidelined. But again and again, Shatta Wale has proven that he is the king of what he does. Let me joggle your mind a little bit. Back in 2016, Shatta Wale made a profound statement that, look, no political party should use his music without informing him. That means that he got the political parties at the negotiation table, where if you have to use my music, you pay for. So the NDC used Mahama paper, whilst the MPP used Kakai. Now, this is where Shatta Wale proves that he knows what he's doing. He never pronounced these big 2 political parties asking fans to vote for A or B. No, he stayed out of that. That helped him to keep his fan base where he wants them to be, for them to decide whether they want to vote for party A or party B. Let me joggle your mind again. There were other artists who openly declared themselves for party A, and then today they are paying for it the hard way. Most of them have lost their fan base. And again, strategically, those who were smart were able to come back and hold hands with SM. And today, they are in a better place. So I'm saying that Shatta Wale has been able to maneuver around politics and still hold his brand to the core. What it means is that he never sold out the ghettos to the politicians. That is 1. 2, Shatta Wale negotiated emotional loyalty through music. The truth is that most artists just go on interview and give shout out to their fan base, fans. But Shatta Wale turns it upside down. He mentioned names of his fans in his music. Look, here we are dealing with facts. So let me give you a typical title. Me Love, Me Fan. Go and listen to that track. It is only in Shatta movement that we have Shatta movement anthems, and a lot of them. In fact, the king confirmed just a few days back that, look, the song he released for WebKid is also an official Shatta movement anthem. So every soldier must learn the words, because the video will be shot on the day this gentleman will be released. This is what we call negotiating emotional loyalty through music. Shatta Wale is one of the artists that anytime he's performing, he mentions and gives shout out to a lot of people. You see, this is where most of the artists get it wrong, but they refuse to learn. It doesn't matter. He remember people who had hold his hand before. He might not still be in good terms with you, but he will mention your name. In recent time, on his Facebook, he mentioned one gentleman's name. He said, Charlie, the guy chopped first for class. Which artist would do that? In fact, mentioning that guy's name that guy will be a fan for life. That is 2. Now let's go to 3. Shatta Wale is the only artist who have been able to negotiate his brand, the Shatta movement, out of bad deals. Many of the artists have fallen victims to bad contracts, bad deals. But for SM, he has been able to negotiate the brand out of bad deals. And let me give you an example. I keep on saying, here, we don't do jadam. Here, we speak to facts. When Shatta Wale decided that, look, the Charterhouse, as the VGMA organizer, is not treating artists well, he made some profound statements. He said, look, you put my music on, you nominated me for an award, and my fans have to vote 17% to decide who win the awards. And then 30% goes for the other things, the quality of music, quality of sound. 70% contribution is coming for fans. Then the artist must profit from that 70%. Why? You are using the brand to market the show. 2, you are taking money from the fans, and all you give the artist are what? Some metal and wood placards. So Shatta said that was a bad deal. So he negotiated himself out. And that award scheme, since Shatta Wale left, have never remained the same. The evidence are there. Here we don't do jadam. The last one, this is where it becomes intriguing. You have to check your pulse. You see, Shatta Wale is the only artist who went underground for years and negotiated his brand back into the limelight from the Genesis to Revelation. From the Genesis to Revelation. He went down there and came back and still ruling till today. You can go and ask King Sack. He said, that alone is a momentum no artist ever tried. And those who tried it never survived. Shatta movement, if you are part of Shatta movement, trust me, be proud. Because this movement is stronger than apartheid. SM for life. For life is our life.